Yo, what up, guys? It's Ben again, and I wanted to talk about something that's very critical for the productivity in your life and also just for really every part of your life. Social situations where you're interacting with people, and also just for getting stuff done and being productive in your day. And that is energy management and really micromanaging every aspect of your life so you have that vibrant, really just good energy throughout your entire day. And it's really an all-encompassing deal in your life. It comes down to exercise, nutrition, sleep, getting outside and interacting with nature. It covers every aspect of your life. And you really have to get every area of your life honed down and really get certain processes going in your life so you can have that great energy throughout the day and not get that drag later in the day and use coffee or energy drinks to keep your energy up, because that's really just a band-aid solution. Drinking the energy drinks and stuff, not only does it give you that unnatural spike of energy, it leaves you with that crash later on, and also just the sugars and I don't know what all they put in those energy drinks nowadays, but I know they put a lot of sugar and just a lot of crap in there that's probably not good for you in the long run. So I would definitely recommend not to drink energy drinks. Coffee is fine. I drink about, I'd say, 5 cups every week. Usually before my workouts, I will drink a cup of coffee. But other than that, I don't just spam coffee all day to keep my energy high. So and honestly, you really don't need the coffee and energy drinks if you're doing the other things in your life that facilitate all that great energy. So let's first talk about sleep and why that's so important. So making sure you have a blacked out room so you don't have like sunlight coming in the morning, and making sure you get to bed at a decent time every night. And also just making sure you're not like staring at a computer screen or something right before bed. Because I read somewhere that the blue light messes with your eyes before bedtime. So you really don't want to be staring at screens before you go to bed. That would definitely help out. And also just making sure you get enough sleep. A lot of people don't get enough sleep, and the quality of the sleep suffers also, just because they have so many things on their plate and they really kind of put sleep on the back burner, which is not something you want to do, because while you think you may be more productive and getting more stuff done in the day, the quality of the stuff that you do tends to suffer if you're sleep deprived. So if you're running at your full meter with sleep, you really just feel so awesome throughout the day, and it really, alleviates those the quality issues in your work. Because I notice when I'm full of energy and just alive, my work is just awesome. I get inspired to do all kinds of stuff, and I just can keep going all day, go from task to task, and just get a lot of stuff done in the day. Whereas when I'm tired, it's just the totally opposite end of the spectrum. I'm just groggy and I don't want to do anything, and it really affects the work and my motivation to get stuff done. So by having all that energy from getting quality sleep every night, it really allows me to be motivated to continually push forward, and also just to keep on doing what I'm doing. So I actually use a sleep app also. I forget what it's called. I can put it in the video down below. But it basically tracks your sleep every night and the amount of deep sleep cycles you get, and also the sleep quality. So over the last few nights, I've been getting above 90% in sleep quality, which is pretty good. 100% being the max for this app. So that's another way you can kind of track and gauge the quality of your sleep. I try to get anywhere from 7.5 to 9 hours every night, depending on my level of activity. Like if I'm lifting really heavy weights one week, then I'll probably need a little more sleep. That weekend I might get 9 hours instead of my normal 7.5 to 8. So just by making sure I get the right amount of sleep and also the blacked out room so no light comes in, and also avoiding the screens before you go to bed. That really helps your sleep and your energy. So we can kind of close the door on that one, and we can talk about nutrition now and why that's so important. Basically, every time you put all those highly processed foods and sugars and just stuff that's not good for your body, it really takes a toll on your energy and the way you feel, just like sleep does. So if you'll notice immediately, if you were to, let's say you're eating a lot of fast food, you've been eating a lot of fast food or a lot of sugar and just stuff that's not the best for you. And then let's say you switch to a clean diet of chicken breasts and brown rice and avocados and a lot of organic vegetables and fruits, I guarantee you'll notice immediately a drastic change in your body. You might actually feel worse for a day or 2 or 3 just because your body's detoxing all the crap out of it. And immediately after that though, you'll notice like, just your whole body, you'll just feel alive, way more alive, just because of the awesome nutrition you're putting in your body. That's your body's way of saying, finally, you give me something good to eat. So nutrition, that's pretty basic. Just eat a lot of clean food. Try to avoid sugar, the processed food, fast food. The cleaner you can eat, the better you'll feel, pretty much. So that pretty much covers nutrition and sleep. And also, let's see, the third, exercise. So exercise is another big one, because if you don't exercise, you definitely, let's just say you watch 5 hours of TV every day. Because of watching all that TV and just sitting around, not really working, you're gonna feel a lot more lethargic. And it's kind of like the same deal with office jobs where you're sitting down for 8 hours every day. If you can't really get up and move around, then it's gonna definitely take its toll on your body. Basically, our bodies we have not evolved to sit down for long periods of time without moving around and doing stuff. So if you work in an office job, you definitely want to take some time, maybe every half hour to hour, and get up and move around, stretch. Also, try not to watch just hours upon hours of TV without doing stuff. Maybe go take a walk around the neighborhood, or maybe you have your gym routine. I know I do that 4 days a week, and I also walk usually for around an hour every day. Listen to audiobooks while I'm walking. That's a good way to get some exercise and also be productive while I'm doing it by listening to audiobooks. So that's a nice little one. And just by exercising though, and making it a habit every day of your life to get some sort of exercise, it's just you're gonna benefit years down the road from getting all that exercise. And trust me, you'll thank yourself later that you started earlier and not later in life with the exercise deal. Like with weightlifting, I've been powerlifting here for the last 3 years, and I've gotten a lot bigger. I was 150 pounds and I went up to 195, my highest weight. Add a bunch of muscle, and now I went on a cut, and now I'm back to bulking again, but it's kind of besides the point. But basically, because of all that exercise and hitting the gym, that's honestly one of my favorite parts of the day, is hitting the gym. And after that feeling of just feeling like you're crushing it, and it really leaves you feeling grounded and just centered and awesome feeling when you get a good workout in. It really becomes addicting. I'd say the first 3 months, you might kind of resist exercising, but if you can just keep going and make it a habit and go week in, week out without skipping your gym sessions, you'll definitely notice that it kind of turns its head with the motivation to go. You'll actually be wanting to go to the gym instead of resisting it at that point. For me, it's an addiction almost. I love going to the gym, and I would not miss it for anything, just because I know how it leaves me feeling. I love the fact that I'm growing stronger and just lifting heavy iron. There's something about lifting a barbell that just makes you feel like a fucking man. I don't know how else to describe it besides that, but that basically sums up the exercise deal. I can't stress it enough. Get your exercise, some form. You don't have to do weightlifting like me. You can do other stuff. There's rock climbing, there's walking, running, swimming, all kinds of stuff. Just make sure you get some form of exercise in every day. And if you weightlift, let's say only 3 days a week, make sure those other days you just take a walk, short walk, 20, 30 minutes. Just get some sort of activity in, especially if you sit around in an office all day or something like that. So that kind of covers it for the most part on the energy management. And I just want to stress again that by doing all this stuff, you're just going to have so much more energy. You're going to feel so much more alive. And the contrast between feeling full of energy and just like that just slight tiredness that some people have, that I've had, and I still have it occasionally, but it just makes such a big difference when you're just full of energy. It gives you motivation to keep tackling hard projects and pushing forward and striving and conquering a lot of shit. So I will wrap with that, and I will see you guys for the next video.